There we go. Well, you know what? Welcome, everyone. It is actually a beautiful evening, full moon evening here in central Alberta, Canada. My name is Carol Roberts. I've just been with Partner.co just since the middle of June, an officer with the company, absolutely life-changing. I won't get into a lot of my story because I'm going to be a testimony here in maybe the next few different sessions coming up. But you know what? I am absolutely blessed to be able to share this with as many people as I have so far and so many more to come. Met some great people, including Ricia Adair, 24 years experience in this industry, a marketing background, which really sets her apart and of course shines through in all of her training, her presentations. She is #6 power ranker in Canada. And actually, you know what? From British Columbia as well, beautiful BC, Canada, living the dream in Mexico. So I'm just going to turn the call right over to her now.
Thank you, Carol, so much for doing such a great job at managing the room. I want to have a great applause for my beautiful co-host. It's not easy handling all you folks out there. Thank you again, Carol. Let's go right into the slideshow and share some great information with our folks, shall we? There we go. Okay, everybody. Again, my name is Ricia Adair. I'm in Manzanillo, Mexico. My husband and I decided 1 year ago that we are going to move into this beautiful home very close to the beach, up on a hill with a fabulous view. And we are so excited to live the dream. Except nobody told us that owning a house in the tropics was going to be a very expensive adventure. Our house, when we got here, was 5 months unoccupied. There were a lot of things that required immediate care. So our little nest egg went through our hands so fast as a parade of tradespeople waltzed through, fixing this and repairing the pump and doing that and broken doorknobs, you name it. These things happen in the tropics. But we had to hurry and get things ready because we have a little resort. There's 2 villas on this property. So we were getting ready for the upcoming season. And little did we realize that very soon after we would be going from paycheck to paycheck. Well, it's a brand new business running a little resort, right? You've got to find your clients and so on and so forth. So it was a tough struggle for us. And what happened also, I think it's called 60 something. My weight just started to gain and gain and gain. No matter how many times I walked that beautiful beach, how many times I swam in the ocean or went up and down the stairs, I ended up getting very fat. And I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to say I was pleasantly plump or chunky or anything like that. I was on my way to not where I wanted to be. And mentally, it was affecting me as well too. I was getting cranky. I had mood swings. There was all kinds of things going on. So when Chris and Joni called me about this in April, my first reaction was absolutely, I need to get on the drops because I need to lose weight. But my second thought was, how can I afford it? I can't because, again, payday to payday, right? We have to get this new business going and so on. I afforded 2 boxes. That's all I could do. One for me and one to sell. I want to fast forward in 3 months' time. You're going to see the new me, the before and after. And also, wow, financially, my world has completely changed because I did grab the opportunity. I said, what the heck? This company is stellar. The products are stellar. The product is great. The world needs these products. I'm all in. I can't tell you how exciting my last 5 months has been. I've traveled all over the place. I just came back from a beautiful 10 days in Orlando, Florida. We had so much fun at the conference. We did the touristy thing in Orlando. Life is different now. And just today, I'm changing every single air conditioner in this building, 6 air conditioners. It was thousands of dollars, and I'm paying cash for this transaction. Just to tell you, 5, 6 months ago, I couldn't even think about modifying our air conditioner system. Life has changed, and we're really happy. We're dreaming again. I'm very excited. These 2 guys changed my life and changed the lives of so many people. John Wadsworth and Darren Zobrist. John has been in the industry all of his adult life. Darren is a self-made millionaire. The 2 fellows came together and they bought a collage of companies that were having some financial difficulties during the times of COVID. And in that mix of companies were some stellar people, an international presence, products made with clean ingredients, created by doctors, backed by science. And together we became Partner Co. Simply better together. John wanted to differentiate the difference. He didn't want to have corporate in the field, corporate and the reps. So together we act as partners. And that's the treatment that I've been getting with this company for the last many months that I've been with them. I've learned a lot about hormonal imbalance in the last 5 months. I had no idea that so many of these symptoms were directly related to my system being out of whack. So when you look at these circles, mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, tiredness, weight gain, how many of these circles would you tick off? I'm going to imagine most people are going to tick off at least 3 to 5. For me, it was a big 5. As we go through the presentation, I'm going to share with you some products that are seriously going to help you with your health, get you back into balance, and get you really healthy again, getting you feeling younger. I'm also going to ask you, as we go through the presentation, to think of the people that you know, because we're all in the ship together. There's a blues singer that's saying, we're all in the same ship and we're all going to get old. And I just heard a statistic yesterday, actually, that 1 billion women are entering into menopause in the next 12 months. 1 billion women are going to enjoy all of these symptoms that we're sharing with you on the screen. The products that we have include, wow, there's so many great products. They include balancing your hormones, healthy weight loss, increased energy, strengthening your immunity, rejuvenation, nutritious products, collagen for better skin, better sleep. We're going to tell you about a great product that you must have. Gut health, healthy gut, healthy life. We've got some great athletic products. There's so many to share. But first, I want to brag a bit about Dr. Ray Strand. He's our Chief Medical Officer. He's very well known around the world. He's written some best-selling books. And with us, he oversees over 215 published clinical studies and 1,040 annual quality tests, along with Dr. Pina and Brett West. Brett West is the leading foremost authority on the noni, specifically the Tahitian noni from French Polynesia. We'll hear about that. Kristen White's on our athletic council, as many athletes love and enjoy our products and endure better performance. Dr. Crystal Vance, we all love her. She's on our wellness council as a president. We'll also hear from her in a moment too. What intrigued me about this company was the global presence that we have in 59 countries. Me living in Mexico with most of my people in Canada and the US and some in Europe easily means that you, I, anybody can transparently share our products with any of the 59 countries or companies. No, just a minute, back up. 59 countries that we have worldwide. And it's as simple, when you post on Facebook, you're going to hear about our system of growth. And somebody from Italy is interested in the drops. You can go to the Italian flag on your website, confirm that definitely the drops are in that country. You can send her a link. She can click on the link. The European office will fulfill the order, and next Friday you're going to get paid. It is that simple. The many products that we have include the Lucem Skincerity Skin Mask. It's a youthful anti-aging product. I love it, love it. The Noni and Collagen, that's in my fridge right now. I love drinking it every morning. That's one of the specialty products that increase your collagen in your skin, elasticity, beautiful skin. And the Tahitian Noni, wow, I could talk to you an hour about the Tahitian Noni. The Noni fruit is the most efficacious coming from French Polynesia. There are over 256 phytonutrients in this fruit. Iridoids, everything that supports your system. And I don't think there's any one specific system in your body that the noni doesn't help. All the way back to the days when the Polynesians were traveling the big seas in their dugout canoes, the noni fruit always accompanied them. We are the proud owner now of the Tahitian noni. It's been on the market for several decades, and it's a fabulous, fabulous product that's going to help you in all things health. Our NutriFi vitamin line, I'm going to say it's the best as well. Our company is very, very stubborn about only offering the best of the best, stellar products. Our probiotics are the best in the world. And I say that bragging. I watched a seminar with Dr. Pina, and he related all the things about our probiotics, why they're so outstanding over any others. Benali is a product that many people take for the elasticity in their skin once they lose weight. A lot of people have said that it helps them with their allergic symptoms, that they don't suffer anymore. Our omega Q is one of the best in the world again too. Our MOA, I want to talk a little about. It's loaded with 36 superfruits and mushrooms, very high density, very efficient product that's going to help you again with so many different things. I complained in the beginning to Reese Antley, he's a friend. He got on the phone call with Chris Budd when I was originally looking at these products, and I was complaining about the owies in my fingers and my toes. And Reese said, you got to get on the MOA. Well, I'm on the MOA for a month. I go walking rusty and I don't have any owies in my fingers, and I'm walking and my toes aren't aching me. So I'm just so stubborn about that product. Again, it's another one that I take every morning. And imagine having that piece of pie and it not greatly affecting your blood sugar. Just recently at our convention, we introduced the Sugar Stop. So for those of us that want to be on a weight loss program, specifically our Slenderies drops, you can cheat occasionally and not have it greatly affect your blood sugar. The Slenderies line, the Pure Nourish, that's my breakfast every day. It is a meal replacement. It's loaded with 18 grams of vegetable protein, probiotics, prebiotics. Throw in some Giving Greens, again, efficacious greens loaded with high-end berries as well too, with a lot of nutrition. And we all know about the benefits of cocoa. The Slenderies drops are going to be explained to you in a minute, and that's all part of the Slenderies line that we acquired as well. First, I want to share with you Renew. It is what I call the fountain of youth in a box. That little sachet contains a powder that you're going to put in your glass. I take it 30 minutes before I go to bed. And what it does for me is, well, first of all, my hair is the longest that it's ever been in my life, even longer than when I was a kid. I can't get over it. It just keeps growing and growing. I'm so happy. So my hair, my skin, my nails, I feel the difference with Renew. It actually helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. You're going to get into that deep REM sleep. I was just talking to one of my customers. He did it one time last night, and he said 4 o'clock in the morning, he woke up and said, I feel rested. I feel great. I feel like I've slept enough. The Renew will put you into that deep REM sleep and give you that feeling of restfulness. It also helps reduce the collagen production in your body. There's so many things the Renew does, and it lends super well to these drops. These 2 bottles will change your life. There's so many things that we'll do in addition to losing weight. It's all natural, safe, and effective, stimulant and hormone free. It's been on the market for well over 12 years with over 1 million bottles sold. It is clinically proven and doctor recommended. And let's share with you the many benefits of the drops. It's going to help curb your hunger and control appetite. As a matter of fact, tonight, my dinner plate, half of it went back into the fridge with the wrap over top for tomorrow's lunch, because my brain said to my stomach, you're full, stop eating. It eliminates sugar cravings, and that is the biggest thing for me. I've been addicted to so many things, nicotine, booze. I was able to kick them, but I couldn't kick the sugar until the body balancing drops came into my life. I don't want dessert, don't want it, don't have it. It also is going to help balance your hormones, including insulin, ghrelin, the hunger hormone, leptin, cortisol. And you will feel increased energy. Your metabolism will go up, so you're going to feel younger. It helps you stay motivated. And with stimulating your metabolism, it's also going to promote you to want to go out and exercise, which is a great thing. We know we all need to do that. So it also helps with stress and balancing your mood. It supports your thyroids and maintains healthy blood sugar levels, brain clarity. That's one of the first things I hear from my customers on my 3-day call. Ricia, my brain fog is lifted. I think clearly. I've got that clarity that I used to have when I was younger. So it also helps with memory improvements and losing weight in your entire body. So the brand name is Slenderies Body Balancing Drops. Many of us have nicknamed it Skinny Drops. I call it my magic drops because I won't go a day without my drops. So we're going to invite you to participate in the approved food list. This list was put together by a diabetes specialist who gives this list to her clients for them to get better. Now, when you and I were a kid and we were hungry, Mom said, go to the garden and pull a carrot. She didn't say, go to the store and buy cheesies. So something happened in the last couple of decades that too much processed food is getting into our bodies and thus for getting us into trouble. We have all these animal-based proteins for you to choose from, plant-based, healthy fats, avocado, walnuts, all the vegetables, many fruits. So this is a lifestyle. It's not a fad or a diet. Combined with exercising 15 to 30 minutes a day, drink your water, and you will start to notice a great difference. And with the drops, we actually have clinical studies that prove that people that did the program, the eating program, the exercise in the water, they did lose weight, but the ones that threw in the drops into the mix lost weight twice as fast. Have a look at my friend Jane from Victoria. Look at the difference in these pictures for this gal. Wow. It's noticeable and it happens quickly and healthily. Alan, he's a younger version of himself on the right, and that happened in less than a year. Ashley from 177 to 135. Here's our Dr. Crystal Vance, whom we all love so much. She lost 162 pounds. She lost more than she actually weighs. She struggled with weight all her life, went from one diet program to another, and it's only on the drops that she was able to shed the weight and keep it off. And that was several years ago, that she is still looking dynamic like you see her on the right. Here's yours truly. April 23rd, when I put that spandex on, I hadn't had one drop in my mouth at that point. I think I'm kind of brave actually to put these pictures up on the internet in front of you today, but I wanted to prove a point because I knew the drops would work. Chris and Joni told me they would work, and I saw so many testimonies on Facebook. I knew they were going to work because these were all real people that were showing the transformation of what happened on their bodies. I want to take your attention to the top right picture around the bra line, especially the waist and the hips. 13 days later, look at the picture below, the transition that happened in my body in just 13 days. Let's fast forward. After 3 months, I am down 30 pounds. I look at that girl on the left and I go, wow, how did she get in this picture? I don't even know how she got in, but, and it's funny, you get pictures taken and you don't realize how heavy you are. But I really want to say that I feel like I've got my mojo back. I've got so much more energy. I sleep so well. There's no more discomfort. I don't have a single achy bone in my body. I'm just so grateful for this product. Tracy, our bikini queen from West Virginia. Huge transition. And again, most of these transitions are happening anywhere from 7 to 90 days. Terry, 35 pounds. Justina. And athletes love our products as well, too, because they've got a circus of hormones going on as well, don't they? Katie from Phoenix, her transition happened in 30 days. Look at the difference of this young lady. Wow. And Ashley and Reese. Ashley is celebrating that she has no more menopausal symptoms, no more night sweats, no more anxiety, mood swings, hot flashes. She lost 15 pounds and Reese lost 65 pounds. And we're thinking of them today. We're saying our prayers because their house burnt down last night. So in your prayers today, please extend a prayer for Ashley and Reese as they and their family rebuild their lives. And fortunately, nobody was hurt. So thanks to God for that. James Laponce, 47 pounds in 4 months. That's huge. He was a testimony for us not too long ago, and he was so happy. Stephanie, you can see the changes in her as well, the girl in the middle there. And Julie, just recently, she was one of our calls. Huge transition in the then and the now picture. Sheila Petty had an amazing story far beyond the drops. There's a lot of medical stuff that she was sharing with us, and she also kissed away 25 pounds. And my good friend Penny Toner from Grand Prairie, Alberta, she was very, very sick 60 days ago. This is a brand new woman, and tomorrow she's actually going into showing in a woman's show in Grand Prairie, Alberta. So she's gone from nearly dead to I love my life again. Right now, I want to bring to you my friend Layla Hall from Victoria, British Columbia. She's new with the program, and yet she has an amazing story to share with us. Layla, are you with us?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi, Layla. Thank you so much for joining us on the call. So,
Hi.
Layla, you're brand new on the drops. I think we're going into 14 days now, are we?
Yeah, I believe it's almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so you look great. You look so vibrant. Tell us your story.
Well, after getting Ricia set up in Mexico,
Yes,
and
you helped me set up my resort. Thank you.
yeah, I got spent 3.5 months in Mexico, and then I came home to Victoria, BC, for a couple months, and then I went off to Italy to visit my daughter and granddaughter for 3 months. So 6.5 months of enjoying the good life in Mexico, Italy, with all the great food and wine and beer and pasta and pizza. I finally decided, after watching Risha transform in front of my eyes, that okay, I said, I'm not doing it before Italy, but as soon as I get back. So once I got on track, I was so excited. I got my measurements done at the gym. I've been 2 weeks. I'm down 7 pounds and 9 inches in
Wow.
since
That's
October
amazing
2nd.
in 2
So
weeks. I celebrate you.
it's been really great. Um, yeah, so I'm really proud of that. I've been also taking the Renew with it as well, so I'm sleeping better. And one of the things I noticed the other day is like my skin feels so soft. I said to my husband, I feel like baby's butt skin, so soft. And then it clued in, oh, it's the Renew, okay, or the drops, but something's working. And then today I went for a walk. We live right at Island View Beach, so finally got out to be in the sunshine and have a great walk. And I was kinda like, "Do I wanna go? It looks cold out." I hate going out in the cold, and, that's why I go to Mexico. But I was like, "Okay, it's sunny. I can just bundle up and go." Well, before I knew it, I had my, little sweater off. I only had a T-shirt and my vest, and I walked the whole beach and back for, like, an hour and a half, and my husband kept saying, "Aren't you cold? Aren't you cold? Like, this is weird. You're always cold. You're not cold. What's going on?" I said, "I don't know." And he went, "It's your hormones." Like, he's bundled up and zipping up his jacket, which he's a very hot guy, like I can't even go near him when he's hot. But so I think obviously something's changing in my hormones, and I'm almost 68. So I wasn't even thinking about hormones. So I'm sleeping better. I got more done last week than in months, and just feel like a new me already in 2 weeks. So I'm really excited to check in, after a month or more and get back to where I know is a healthy, happy me. So I'm,
Fantastic. Love. What a
yeah,
great testimony. By the time you go see your daughter in Italy in February, you're going to be packing your polka dot bikini.
yeah, just no wine and
Yeah.
beer,
No
pizza,
Italian
pasta.
wine. So
Exactly. They have
Amanda,
their own vegetable garden, so I'll be okay.
okay, so another question. You be tracking my progress on Facebook. Our system of growth is basically posting testimonies of others who've had great success with the product, as well as our own progress. And I noticed that you started posting just a couple of days ago. What has been your response to that?
Actually, I I on the computer and phone constantly. It's like I wasn't ready for this. It was like it's nonstop, inquiries and the information. And I'm really proud to have Lori LaRock on tonight and Anita with me as well. And I've the team is growing, and it's really about supporting each other and growing together. So I'm really excited.
Fantastic. Well, definitely
So
we have a product that everybody wants. We can help a whole lot of people.
yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very much.
you. Thank you, Risha. Thank you,
Thank
Carol.
you. Thank you very much. Now we're going to bring forward Misty Bird from North Carolina. Are you in the house with us tonight?
Hi,
There you are. Hi, Misty. Hey, thank you so much for participating on our call. Really appreciate it.
you are welcome.
So how long have you been on the drops, Misty?
I've been off and on the drops for several months. I've had to come off of them for different reasons. But when I've been on the drops, I've lost weight, I've lost inches, I've felt incredible. They've given me much more energy, they've given me better sleep. Um, awesome, awesome product.
Wow.
Um, one thing that I love probably even more than the drops is the MOA.
Mhm.
Um,
Great
the
product. One of my
MOA,
favorites.
yep, the MOA was actually gifted to me by one of my business partners and for me to try. And I gave a week to my father who has neuropathy because he's diabetic, and it has given him so much relief. I am now doing the MOA. It has given me so much relief with inflammation. It's making me feel better. I plan on getting back on the drops. But yeah, this company has given me so many opportunities, not only for health, but for financial freedom. And that's what I'm grateful for.
Wow, wow, that's awesome. And you're right. I absolutely love the MOA. And Reese kept saying, get the MOA, get the MOA, get the MOA. And I got the MOA, and now my husband is on it as well. And I can't believe it. I'm about 66 years old in a couple of weeks, and I don't have a single ache and pain. And I attribute it to the MOA, well, the drops and well, the renew, and they're all great. They're all
They
great.
are all
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, awesome. So are you building a business as well?
I am currently a supervisor and just a slight way from being
Congratulations.
senior supervisor. So yes,
Awesome, awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. Well, we're cheering you on. Just
thank
keep
you.
doing it, right? And when I hear your story and so many other stories, I hear Layla's story, it's all about reaching out and helping as many people as we can, right?
That's right. That's right.
Misty, thank you
Better
so
together.
much. Absolutely. We are better together. Thank you so much for being on the call. I realize it's late. It's Eastern time zone for you, and you stayed up late for us. I really appreciate you coming on board with us tonight.
You are very welcome.
Wow, great testimonies. I always love hearing the stories. So now you're ready to say, okay, I'm convinced. How do I get the drops? Well, option one, you can become a customer and buy retail. The person who invited you on tonight's call will be happy to set you up with a link or box in your hands for $232.50 Canadian or $176 US. But my question to you would be, why would you want to pay retail when you can get it wholesale? Well, that's just it. For a one-time $29.95 in the United States or $37.95 in Canada, you can actually open your own virtual business. You get brand partner pricing, which is 30% off regular. You also get all the tools you need. As Layla started this being a customer, and before she knows it, she's got all these girlfriends that want to find out more. We teach you all that in our system of growth. We have the replicated website, the back office that's going to track whatever money you make. We have a great share app that will lend you into international PDFs that you can send to somebody in Italy if they want more information. And we have some amazing training with this company as well, too, from the leaders that are here before you. First, I'd like to share with you an income disclaimer. Partner code does not guarantee any level of income or success to any brand partner. Earnings from the partner code compensation plan depends on each brand partner's sales, business skills, ability, and personal application. So let's talk how you can turn your drops into profits. Again, when you purchase as a brand partner, you will have a purchase price 30% less than regular wholesale, or rather than regular retail. In a product company, there's going to be a PV or a point value connected to every product. And that's how Misty talked about ranking forward into senior supervisor. It's all based on the number of points. Also, too, when we get paid commissions, it's based on points. So as I refer to points, I just wanted to make a reference for you there. In the United States, you can get started by purchasing a 4-pack. The $371 will get you 4 boxes. You can keep one for yourself, sell the other 3. If you're going to offer your customers a bit of a discount at $160, you're still profiting $202 and you keep your box free. You're able to buy a 10-pack in the United States at $879. Your unit cost is $88. So now your profits climb very quickly to $648. In Canada, we enjoy buying our boxes in the 3-pack. It's only $349. If you were to sell it at regular retail, which many of my brand partners do, you'd be making a $233 profit plus 1 box free. Or if you were extend a 15% discount to your customers, which some of us also like to do, we sell it at $197. So you're profiting $162 on your 3-pack with your 1 box free. Your ideal goal is to sell 30 boxes over 30 days. Now, this isn't mandatory, but it's a great target because what it does is achieves you what we call ultimate, and that's a top pay position. In Canada, you'd be looking at profits of 2,100, and in the US, about 1,860, just because the cost points are different. But that's a pretty good extra side gig income, isn't it? And let's talk about how to reach out to an international market. Many of us have people all over Canada, all over the United States, but every now and then someone from Europe or Australia is going to see your post, and before you know it, you go international. I mentioned before the system of growth. The system of growth is basically posting on your Facebook pages, or your Facebook page rather, and we have everything ready for you. We have all the testimonies of real people, real results. In social media week 1, in this particular folder, all your testimony pictures are there and the text to accompany the picture. This is an app that goes onto your phone. It's called Boards. And from your phone, very easily, you can turn your phone into a money machine and do your posting on a regular basis. And now when the inquiries come in, like they are for Layla, they will for you. In the top left, you see text strips for drops. All you have to do is copy and paste. All the responses are there for you. So I want to share with you the first day on April 22nd, I posted Kim Gray's picture that she lost 92 pounds. That was in the morning. I got 19 comments. In the afternoon, I posted Michelle's picture, who lost 25 pounds or so, and I got 7 comments. And then the courier came to the house, and I held up the box with the drops like this, and I said something silly like, "Yay, my drops have arrived. I'm 171 on target to 140. I got 59 comments from that one silly picture, and I sold 20 boxes, and I hadn't even put a drop in my mouth yet. So it's proof in the pudding that we have what everyone wants: to feel better, to lose weight, have more energy, and feel younger. So again, in the United States, you have your 10-pack. The more you buy, the bigger the discount and the bigger your profits. Partner Co. was voted by Business for Home the top compensation plan in the industry. It is the most generous compensation plan, and I'm going to go over a little bit of that with you. First thing though, you need to activate your position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions. What does this look like? Well, a first option, it doesn't quite get you your 200 points in Canada, so we're going to talk about how you can add that extra 50 points onto your 150. A 3-pack is 150 points, 349 Canadian. In the US, a 4-pack is 200 points, 371. I'm going to suggest you add Renew. If you want a low option to get started, absolutely get your Renew added onto that. A 3-pack plus Renew in Canada is your 220 points. That will keep you qualified. It's 508 Canadian. In the United States, a 4-pack plus Renew is 278 points and 476. Absolutely get your Renew. It'll make a difference. If you sleep well, just wait for a dynamic day ahead of you. It's a fact. In the US, again, you can get 2 10-packs for 1,000 points. It brings your unit cost down to only $88 per unit. But I'm going to recommend the top pay position, which is called the Ultimate option. It's $2,300 for a 30-pack. Many American cousins of mine say, I wish instead of the 4-pack that I got the 30-pack, because the product just flies out of the gate. You're going to get so many inquiries from 1 or 2 posts on your Facebook. People want what we have. Your unit cost is $77, so you make higher profits, and it's 1,500 PV, which gets you immediately to Ultimate. And we're going to ask that to stay qualified, you either sell or buy 100 points of product every month. That's every 4 weeks from your start date. 9 ways to get paid. We talked about the retail profits as well. You're making a minimum of 30%, right? The new volume bonus is when your friend Mary comes along, and I'm going to use a US example for facility of numbers, and she wants 2 10-packs. That's 1,000 points. If you are activated at the 200 point level, you would make 15% or $150. But if you were Ultimate, you would make $300. So the Ultimate position is the top pay in the program. A mentor said to me years ago when I first started network marketing, he said, Ricia, if the company wants to pay you extra money, never leave money on the table. Shame on you. So since then, I always went for the top and got paid the top. And I recommend you do the same. So again, we're going to teach you how you can get to Ultimate. And I do recommend, if financially able, to buy one of the ultimate packs to get started, because the inventory will quickly leave your hands as you're helping others enjoy these great products. The base commissions is the recurring income, receiving 15% on the activity of pay legs of your team as they promote and sell product weekly. Yes, we do get paid on Fridays, every Friday, haven't missed one yet. When your base commissions are over $250 in any given week, the company will put 15% aside into a savings bonus for you. And when that adds up to $10,000, they're going to phone you up, celebrate with bells going off. And the following Friday, you're going to receive your $10,000 US in your bank. At PXP, which is the name of our convention in Orlando, just recently, there were 10 people on stage that received their $10,000 bonus. Now, remember, this is a savings bonus over and above all the other ways they got paid from this company. 10 people since the last PXP 2023. That's amazing. We also can build lifestyle credits just by doing what we do, building a business, and we teach you everything you need to know to be financially very, very secure with this company. The Tahiti trip was just recent in April. Many people went on that and celebrated. And the regional trip was to the Bahamas. Again, many people went on that in July. The upcoming trip, the regional, is Punta Cana. And we also have Bali coming right around the corner as well. At this recent conference, there was 2,000 people there. 800 people were recognized. 800 people. I was at another company years ago at another conference. There was 8,000 people and only 200 people got recognized. So I want you to reflect, if over a third of the audience was being recognized, what does that tell you? If they're rank advancing, doesn't it make sense that they're making money? Absolutely. We are helping people celebrate their independent wealth so quickly. This is such a great home for you to be. And now my part is finished. I have great pleasure to bring on board Fred Duff and Dr. Joy, two of my favorite people. They are officers out of Rodanthe, North Carolina. Let's bring on board. They're very successful, and Fred is quite a personality with the company. He's often on different calls, helping out, moderating, and co-hosting. Let's bring it over for Fred.
Well, good evening, everyone in the great country of Canada and the U.S. I was sitting here thinking, first of all, thanks for having me. I have to apologize up front. My bride, Dr. Joy, will not be joining us. She is suffering from severe jet lag. We just got back from 14 days of cruise all through the islands of Hawaii. I still got luggage in my car. And when you ask about help, absolutely. So I'm about to pass out, but I'm going to make it.
Wonderful. Wow, that sounds great.
But I've got a lot of lovely friends and experiences with the great country of Canada. I've spent a lot of time years ago in Edmonton, I think I said it right, Calgary, and we think here, Alberta, Vancouver, and British Columbia. Spent a tremendous amount of time there. Tried to buy a home in that great country. It was so complicated. I gave up. Oh, well, it's so good, though. So anyway, this is a great company. I'm excited about being here. More important, excited about working with you. You're a legend in the industry. And so thank you for inviting me. It makes me feel good.
I'm so glad you're here with us, Fred. So I learned something about you today. I learned that you decided to skip out of school there when you were a young man and you spent some time on the streets. It's not like you came with a master's degree. Tell me about your rambunctiousness.
Well, you know, when I was, listen, I don't have a unique story. I just have a story. But my mother made some bad decisions, single mom, struggled very, very hard her whole life from the Chippewa tribe of Oklahoma. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it was the circumstances, and she thought she was doing the best thing. She left me, my two sisters, thinking that we'd end up in better circumstances. Instead, we ended up as street kids. Now, listen, I ain't got any complaints. We made it. We never got beat up. We never sold drugs. I had to go to work early. I was 14 years old, and I talked a guy into hiring me in the masonry industry. And I worked there until I was 22 with him before he got killed. But the bottom line is I didn't have to sell drugs. I didn't have to do anything. No, I do not have a higher education. I completed the 7th grade, but I do have a PhD. I was born with a poor, hungry, and driven. And I now have an MBA, master bank account. So it worked all out. So it all worked out for me, you know, and it'll work out for you. And it's not because I have any real talent. Let me say this. This is so important for your people to understand. Talent is good, but talent doesn't always win. It's timing. Timing is far greater than talent. I have very little talent, but I had ears to hear and heard a great opportunity some 25 years ago, put me in the right position at the right time. And I just went crazy. I worked hard from 8 to faint. I was working from 8 to faint as a bricklayer, but my months didn't have enough money at the end of the month. They said the ends don't meet, and then it dawned on me one day, what ends are not supposed to meet? They're ends. Just, what am I doing wrong? My whole philosophy was wrong. Everything was wrong. But this industry changed my way of thinking. It's changed the generation of my children. My son will inherit a small fortune from my first company that I built. I still get paid on the company. I haven't even talked to in 11 years. It's a great income. And I came out of retirement for one. I've been retired doing nothing for about 8 or 9 years, but it was because of partner.co. And I knew who John was. They flew me out to Puerto Rico to meet with the owners. And when I was coming home in the airport, my wife happened to call me. She says, well, what do you think? I said, honey, get the Nikes out. Daddy's going to run. So it's been a great experience here. And I've consulted for some of the biggest companies in the world, but I'm telling you, nothing compares to what we're doing here. Nothing compares to our system of growth, and nothing compares to our products. If Dr. Joy was here, to have my wife endorse a product is a miracle. It has to be amazing. I wish I had her book here, but on her physician's best reference in America, there's a book that most doctors have. We had 9 products in her pediatricianal book that reference our company, our products above everything else in the country. Think about that. So, documentation beats conversation. So anyway, that's kind of my story. I'm not all that talented. I'm just excited and I love what I do.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to Puerto Rico when you first met John. What was it about John that impressed you?
Actually, it was the way the entire family interacted. If I get into a large crowd, I enjoy people, I love having fun, but I'm a watcher. I'm a listener, watching for body language and looking for different things to. From a street kid, you learn to read the room. You have to, or you get killed. Be honest with you. I'm not trying to make it sound gory, but so it's something I developed as a street kid to survive. And I watched how their families interacted. Not necessarily I already knew who John was because he was a legend. Everybody knew Noni. Everybody knew who he was. So and he had a reputation that had no blemishes, best that I could tell. I did not know Darren, but how they dealt with me and a few others. For instance, they asked me, what do you really think? And I was honest and straight. I said, I think we need a lead product to take us to the next level. I don't think you're $1 billion company and with a scattered and splattered look. And they started smiling. And then I told them, I said, there's somebody, if I was hiring somebody in the media industry, the guy from, I won't even say the other company because I won't edify them, they're out of business. We hired that guy. And so we were on the same track. But here's the thing, the few problems that I did mention, a couple of times Darren got up and walked away and came back. Problem solved, Mr. Duff. Problem solved. I knew then that we were partners because partners look out for one another. I've been in companies where you cannot get anything resolved. The website sucks. You lose your mind, you lose your customers, you lose everything. And they don't seem to care because they're getting paid, but you're not. They solved 4 or 5 of my problems at the kitchen table. And then watch the wives come in and make lunch, prepare. And the kids engaged. I felt like I was in the family. There you go. Pretty simple.
Yeah. And John has been in the network marketing industry for decades, has he not?
Yes, he has. Yeah, he's like I said, he's an absolute legend. I knew who Noni Juice was. The church I went to, everybody had a Noni sign on the car except me.
Well, I've worked with companies that were owned by corporate shareholders, and it's not a good mix. They don't understand the heartbeat of the network marketer. And when you have founders that do understand that heartbeat, magic happens.
Yeah. Well, that is true. I actually worked for a company that was on the New York Stock Exchange, and the CEO who was sold out for that company, he was all in. and woke up one morning because of some circumstances, a hostile stock takeover, and 5 days later, he wasn't even allowed in his own building he built.
Wow.
And so that put a horrible taste in my mouth. And I thought, what am I going to do now? And I thought, well, I've made enough money. I can retire. They're still paying me. So I didn't get mad at my money. See, rule number one in life, never get mad at your money. If a product gets lost or something goes wrong or a customer, don't get mad at your money. It's just stuff. And so I never got mad at my money, and I still get paid, some 20 years later almost, I'm still being paid like I did the first month I was there. Nothing has changed except it increases over time. And I'm not mad about that. So, but don't get mad at your money, because stuff will happen. Stuff's going to happen. Change will come. Hopefully, always all our change will be positive and up to the right. The only time you don't want to see anything up and to the right is your blood pressure. That's the only thing you don't want to go up and to the right. That's why we got great products. Speaking of great products, I was listening to your presentation. I take everything we sell except for the full skincare, but I do about half of the skincare. I'm all in. I'm telling you, when I say I'm in, I'm in. Everything had to get out of the house and want our product. Yeah. And we just exchanged what we were spending somewhere else and spend it on. Why not get paid on your own product? Mm-hmm. And so we just said, no, I'm not giving so-and-so any money when I could buy it from my own company. No, we ain't doing that. So I converted everything we could to here.
Well, exactly. And Fred, I mentioned in my talk that I had enough money to buy 2 boxes, right? Yeah. Just like the boy with the apple cart. And yesterday, 16 bottles of Noni got delivered, right? I have a case of Pure Nourish, a case of the Renew. I have case of the drops, and I have case of two or three cases of the MOA. And my vitamin cupboard has, I don't know, about 3 dozen bottles. And it's just gone full swing from not being able to afford it to having an abundance. And it allows me, like Isabel, a friend of mine, she's going through some intestinal stuff. I said, you need to get on the Noni, get over to my house. I want to give you a bottle. I can do that now, right? We can be generous and be able to help so many others. Now, you've worked in the industry for a while. How do you compare our compensation plan to whatever else you've seen?
Oh, there isn't a comparison. For instance, if I help you build you to, let's call it elite, just for a moment, in another company, same name maybe, I then get cut off from that comp plan. It made no sense. You lose women. I'm building and helping them build. Then that money gets cut away. You start all over again. Yeah. The number one thing I like that, I love the bonus program. I was with a company for all those years. I had a car bonus, which I thought was, some people enjoy it, but I thought it was golden handcuffs, because once you earn that car, you went in and got that lease, you were responsible. If you didn't qualify next month, you're paying for it. Yeah. And it caused people to, it became drudgery instead of excitement. Oh my God, I got to go out and make the sale. I got to make a $500, $700 car payment. I love the fact we get that $20,000, $10,000 bonus, and then up to $2,000 a month thereafter. In other words, we get a 5th pay week added to us. Man, it just don't get any better than that.
You can drive a pretty nice car for $2,000 a month, huh?
Oh, sure. You like a car, a home, just about, whatever, or take a Hawaii trip like I just did. In fact, because of the freedom of the industry, folks, we got home, my wife informed me, oh, by the way, don't get too unpacked. That's why. She says, in November, we're going to Scotland for 2 weeks. And so I said, let's go, girl, because we're in Scotland. I might as well go there and build too. It doesn't really matter. By the way, the smart thing, and I'm not telling you to go do this, I'm just saying, as you grow and learn in here, of course, I've been doing this for 25 years full time. I understand the rules and regulations. Well, I'm not an accountant, but promise you, I did not go to Hawaii without making presentations so I could write off and write off and write off. And it's just it's smart business. It is smart business to own a home-based business. I'm telling you. But
there's no other business. If you were brick and mortar bricklayer with your fancy storefront, there's no way you can go to Hawaii and write off a trip.
Oh no, because you come back, your company be broke, and they don't. Never. I don't even want to talk about it. I get a headache. Yeah. I need some more.
So you're traveling all over the world. This is great. Who here in the room wants to travel like Fred enjoyed travel? Yeah, absolutely. What a great thing for you. And tell me about what I've really noticed at PXP, our convention in Florida, the community, the culture that this company seems to have. Let's talk about that. What are your feelings about what you've seen?
The last convention I went to that former company, and by the way, it wasn't a bad company. It was just how people behaved. It was, the room was really divided up like almost like our political system. Half the room chanting from one side, the other room chanting for the other side, booing the other team. And there was no, listen, if I went to your opportunity meeting, if you were holding one and I wasn't on your team, you weren't getting to the door. I've never seen a company with a culture, because I have no vested interest in you. You have no vested interest in me. Neither one of us is going to get its paycheck next week because we know one another. We're helping one another. We do this for the love of the industry and for the love of the company, and because it's the right thing to do. And so we get to crawl, slide, and work together. And I have sent people to meetings outside of the state of Virginia, where I lived most of my life. I live in North Carolina now. And they call me back and tell me how well they were treated, and they're ready to sign up. Somebody didn't try to steal them.
Yeah.
And there have been times when there's no way in the world I'd have sent them to another meeting because you wouldn't have them. They would even answer the phone the next afternoon. So it's a different culture. Right. Again, I think Misty said better together. We certainly are. We are better together. And I believe that spirit comes from the leadership down. It's not something that I think was totally here when I got here, because it was a different company, by the way. I joined and bought a position thinking it might change. I didn't know. And I sat on it for a year, and then I got the call that John and Darren would take it over. New guy went, I might be interested now, so would you be willing to fly out? Yes. Mm-hmm. And so then I knew, because it was just how things, once in a while, you just know that you know that you know, and you really can't explain it. I just know. And so I would encourage everyone who are invited to the Zoom tonight, get back with them, get all your questions answered. Be very careful who you ask, though. I love my two sisters deeply, because we struggled, and they've got my back. But I can tell you, the day I told them I was going to do this network marketing thing, they broke my heart. They tried to talk me out of it. You're crazy. You're going to lose everything you got. I said, what have I got? What do I got? Rust busted up hands and back. But it took me a couple of years to really find my rhythm. And then one day my little sister said to me, how come you're living a lifestyle that I'm not? We grew up in the same schools. We did the same thing. We did. And so it finally made an impact. And so now their lives have changed. My two sisters, because they finally saw what I was doing, they can do it too. And they have lifetime incomes as well.
Fabulous.
So
that's so great.
That's what we get to do with our family, friends. The naysayer's going to be there. Listen, if you ain't got any haters in the beginning, you ain't doing anything. You need a few haters. They motivate me. Oh, bring it on, sucker.
Exactly.
I like it,
Well, was it Warren Buffett or one of the big ones that said, find out what the world wants, mm-hmm. get a hold of it, and get there fast before anybody else.
It's exactly right. And we're in 50 nations. Think about this. I got teams in Singapore, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and I've never been there other through my cell phone. Where else can you do that? We're getting there first. So, Leon Coco used to say, lead, follow, or get out of the way. Yeah. I believe there's a lot of companies that are going to start falling out and getting out of the way. They're talking about us, ladies and gentlemen, other companies. This growth that we have, they can't understand it. And they're still hurting from COVID in big ways. I feel bad for them, but we are the shining light in the industry right now. I believe there will be a day we'll be as popular in the industry as the name of Amway. Whether you like Amway or not, they made it possible for all of us to be here because they fought Congress. They went through the lawsuits. They went through that's a scam thing and made a path for the rest of us. So I honor them. I never did Amway, but I honor them.
You're right. Absolutely. So in closing, the last question I have for you tonight, Fred, is what is your vision with PartnerCo in the next 5 to 10 years?
Is a vision for the company or vision for myself? I have a 5-year, I personally been trained by some of the best. I was very fortunate, whether you like them or dislike them, it makes no difference to me. I got some of the best training in the world. I worked personally with Eric Ward for probably 8 years, Jeff Olson about 8 years, and they went on, developed their own things. Paul Myers, who was a multi-billionaire in network marketing. He had multiple businesses. In fact, John Maxwell was his trainer for goal setting. And so I had the privilege and the honor, because I don't have talent, I have the sense of timing. Was in the right place, got to hear these great men train, and took a valuable interest into me, my life. I think the next 5 years, if you'll put your head down, get a crystal clear why you're here. A lot I've heard people say, give me a, you got to have a why to make you cry at night. Yes, no, I'm not really sure of that. I'll tell you my biggest why that propelled me for about 12 months solid. And I think you have to have that kind of, this type of, this is my philosophy on it. But I never owned a pair of shoes that didn't come from the Salvation Army growing up. All of our Christmases came from there. All of our gifts came from there, and we were grateful to get them. But as I grew up as a man, I felt like a loser as a father. I didn't feel like I was providing the right atmosphere for my kids. Now, I made sure my son, my nieces had good shoes, but I had a mental block for myself. I was still buying shoes at Salvation Armies, thrift stores, and Pick and Pay, the cheapest place I could find. And then one day I woke up and I said, I'm going to a high-end department store. And my son was in my office that I had at the time. And I said, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go buy a pair of shoes. And he said, where are you going, to Pick and Pay or a Salvation Army? I said, I'm going to surprise you. I went to the most, it's Macy's, I don't mind saying it. And I looked at these shoes, high-end crocodile leather, shiny shoes. Listen, it was a burning passion for me. And I almost cried because I knew I was breaking a barrier in my life. And the guy said, are you paying cash or credit for that pair of shoes? I said, I'm paying cash. He said, well, go ahead and pick you a pair. Like I didn't have enough cash. He didn't know I was making as much as $34,000 in a single day. He was assuming, because I know why, because of the shoes I was currently wearing. I said, you know what? I want all 5 pair, one in every color. I want 5 of them. I come running up in the parking lot. I had my horn. I turned on the flashers that all the neighbors were looking at, and I was running in the parking lot. Dad, I go, Daddy got shoes. Daddy's got shoes. And it was my greatest breakthrough. And when that became true, everything else has been easier. So break through whatever your holdup is. You can have whatever you want here. Break what you've been, whatever they told you cannot do, you can do, because we're better together and you got the right support. So my 5-year vision is, truth matters, I want to feed more children and help more third world nation children have proper shoes. That's what I do this for.
Nice. I love it. Love it. Fred Duff, you're an amazing man. I love your connection. I'm so grateful for you to be on our call tonight. I can see from all the smiles and the love being sent in the comments how much everyone has been enjoying your story. Thank you so very much. We're going to wrap up the call. Thank you again, Fred.
My honor, my pleasure. Thank you. Now you owe me. You got to come back and help me. Better together,
Absolutely.
right?
I'm here for you anytime.
God bless y'all. Hey, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it.
You know, it's such a magic world. And please give our love to Dr. Joy. We're sorry that we missed her tonight. And I want her to have her back, okay?
You probably, she'll come back. She'll be happy to. Thank you.
Lovely. Wow, what a great story. We heard some testimonies from Misty, from Gail, from Layla, and from Fred. And, you know, it's all about ordinary people creating extraordinary lives. So here we are at the beginning, the same slide that we started with. All of these symptoms, there's so many people out there that these symptoms are literally wrecking their lives. And we have a dynamic product that will help them. The body balancing drops are there, and Misty talked about the MOA. Fred talked about his favorites. I love all of them. My house is full of Partner Co products. And you know, I'm going to share with you too. In the last 5 years, inflation has gone through the roof, and it's all planned. In Canada, a bag of groceries is like something like $110 for one brown paper bag of groceries. And in the United States, it's probably right up there too. There's something called the symptoms of financial illness right now, and so many people need our help to have opportunity. Imagine a lot of the people that you know that they could go on this Hawaii cruise like Fred and Joy went on. How you can change people's lives, how you can change your own life and help and support your family and get well at the same time. I want to thank all the people that contribute to tonight's call. And I certainly want to thank everybody that came in to dial in for us tonight. This call will be recorded on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Ricia Adair. Thank you, Carol Roberts, for doing a great job of hosting us tonight. And I'm going to say good night to everybody. I will keep the room open if any of the leaders want to hang in for any guests that have any questions. But right now, I'm going to say thank you and stop recording.